Last night I had a medical event that I'm still recovering from. It's the next day, and I'm not sure how much I'll be able to be upright today. Um, it's pretty intense and extreme, and the doctors don't know what it is, and frankly, they don't really seem to care. I've been dealing with this since I was a teenager. It's been almost 20 years of this happening from time to time. It's often associated with menstrual cramps, but not always. And and the gist of it is that my midsection basically starts convulsing, and I start puking nonstop and pooping nonstop and completely no control over it whatsoever. And it keeps going until my intestines are completely empty. I'm passing undigested food by the end of it. Um, it is incredibly exhausting. I have no control over it when it starts. I feel it coming on, um, which is really miserable because I have, maybe a 30 seconds or a minute's warning before I'm just puking and shitting everywhere. And uh, it's not caused by foods. It was happening even back when I was really sick and was only able to eat 5 ingredients. Ingredients, not dishes. And even back when I was on IV nutrition, and even back when I was eating feeding tube foods, these were still happening. So we know it's not associated with my diet. And now that it's the next day, my midsection is very weak. I can't be upright for very long, or else I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I'm just really shaky, and just eating liquids because anything solid, I know from past experience, is gonna really hurt my stomach. So I thought this might be an interesting follow-up to my video yesterday of this is an example of why I can't work. And I was talking about mental health stuff, but some of my physical health stuff still lingers occasionally. And this is one example because doctors aren't seeing it with their own eyes because it's so infrequent and episodic. It's been hard to get answers. And the other thing is Medicaid, which is a government assistance program. It's the free medical care. Doesn't really lend itself very well to specialists. Usually you have to wait quite a while, and they have kind of a different waiting list for people who are on Medicaid. They'll say for Medicaid patients, the new patient wait list is like 8 months or a year or something like that. Whereas if you're a new patient who's not on Medicaid, then the wait list is much shorter. But yeah, last time I spoke with my doctor about this, because I was concerned about its effects on another pregnancy, he basically just said, people aren't really going to care about this because they could just do a C-section. Which, I mean, I prefer to have the truth straight up like that, but it sucks. When my son was born, I had what they called a precipitous birth, and everything was going just ideal in the labor until this episode thing happened. I can feel it happening like a switch flipping inside me, and because my midsection was basically just contracting nonstop, what should have taken 24 hours or more happened in 14 minutes. And near as we can tell, the nonstop contracting is what prevented his heart rate from being able to recover the way that babies' heart rates usually do in between contractions during the birthing process. And so, with his heart rate going down from that, then he was significantly deprived of oxygen, and it it caused a lot of really extreme complications that I am not going to get into right now. But it worries me that this is still happening. I was really hopeful. Everyone was hopeful that these episodes were connected with something hormonal and that having a pregnancy would magically fix it. It's often that way with extreme menstrual cramps, but this is clearly not extreme menstrual cramps. It wasn't associated with cramps at all this time. So I'm just feeling kind of defeated. But I will bounce back, and I will get back to doing what I want to do. I just have to keep reminding myself that. I wasn't sure I wanted to make this video, and even as I film it, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to put it up. A part of me is like, I didn't really plan for my channel to turn into this, and so I'm trying to figure out, do I actually want this or not? But part of my journey has been learning to be kind to myself and learning to appreciate my own journey. And as much as I kind of recoil at the sight of myself laying in bed, talking all week like this, I don't want to see that. I don't want to be reminded of that. And as much as I don't like that, at the same time, this is part of my journey in self-acceptance of like, hey, this is the reality. And if I'm going to honor other people's reality and call their journey beautiful, then I'm going to learn to do the same with my own. So I'm just going to keep exploring this path that I'm on. And I look forward to my next video being when I am upright and able to speak a little stronger. So, thanks for coming with me on this journey.